Practicing going backwards. Fuck. I just can't do it. So I have work tomorrow, and I just need to get a little bit of cleaning done. I've got about an hour and a half before I have to go get TJ. And so the first thing I'm going to do is clean up the guinea pigs area. Hi Littlefoot, hi Spike. Yes, hello babies. Hello babies. Hello. Hello. Alright, so this is how dirty it looks. This blanket goes over, and I sort of like make them like a little fort. I can't really deal with it right now, but so I'm gonna vacuum all this up. I literally take the vacuum hose and I just go in and I suck it, like watch. Whoops, alright. And here's what it looks like now that I just finished the vacuuming. You can kind of see, like, no poop pellets in sight. So, I just replaced all this bedding here. This is the third day. Wait, no. Yeah, it's Wednesday. We did this, I think, Sunday night, so this is like the third day. So it does need to be like fully cleaned within the next like 2 days, but I am not able to wash the other set of bedding right now. I need to wait until tomorrow at least so I can get some cash. So for the time being, just vacuuming out the poop and stuff works, and it's, you know, I think it looks pretty decent. Alright, I just cut them up some treat, and they're getting tomato, cucumber, and colored carrot. Yes, hi Spike. Are you wanting this right now? They need a second to go and check it out. There you go. There you go! Hello. It is now about 9:50, 10 minutes to 10 p.m. And I'm picking TJ up. We're going into Walmart together. He's waiting for me over here because he walked over here, and we're getting some hay for the guinea pigs and stuff. That's him right there. Hello, it is Thursday, June 2nd. No, not June, July 2nd. It's Thursday, July 2nd, 2026. And I got up at 6 a.m. and I took my shower and I got myself all ready for work. And then I got a call, which I didn't hear because I was getting ready, like getting my hair done and stuff. But I got a follow-up text message from my manager, and she said that they need to get an all clear before I can start shadow shifting. And so I already did like half a day of shadow shifting, and then I couldn't do an entire day because we had other training that it was like group training that you have to be there for, otherwise you have to wait for the next session. So I only did like 5 hours of shadow training. But I technically already did some shadow training, but apparently she wasn't really supposed to have me do that yet because they need to make sure that all my online stuff is done, and then like my physical and whatever, they just need to basically mark me off as completed for onboarding, which all of my stuff is done. And they said I'm not the only person where this is sort of like been an unexpected issue, because like my manager thought that I was set to go, and so were like the other people that I've started with, and we are, or at least we think that we are, like her and us, but they just need to like okay it on the other end of things. So I was basically just told that I have the day off today, and I was a little frustrated because I really wanted my hours today, and I was planning on shadow shifting tomorrow as well, so I'm not gonna get hours today. And she just messaged me that she's checking to see if I'll be able to work tomorrow, but she sent me that message about 20 minutes ago now, and I haven't gotten a message back, so I'm kind of thinking that I will not be working tomorrow. And I'm trying to not think about it too much or like be too disappointed, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's only 2 extra days. Like I get a 4-day weekend. And then like as long as I should be able to start by next Monday or Tuesday at the latest. It should not take longer than that. So as long as I can start by next Monday or Tuesday, then I will at least be able to get a few shifts in next week, like, you know, possibly like probably 24 to 32 hours next week, because they only need you to do 3 shadow shifts, so I probably would only get to do 3 more. And then maybe if I ask them to, they'll let me do a 4th one just for good measure, and to give me some hours, but I'm not really sure about that. I don't know why it's hard to explain, but it sort of almost feels like I got the job, and I even told my manager, I was like, I was just a little nervous that there's something like wrong with my employment or something, and she was like, no, it's not like that. So I'm trying to like be rational and keep telling myself like I just am starting a little later than what was intended. I am not like completely, losing my job, or it's still going to happen. It's just not happening exactly as fast and exactly the way that I want it to. Because I really want to start getting hours so I can start making money, which like last week I got like 25-ish hours with training, and then I got hours on Monday and Tuesday this week. And then I did do my other job, and I worked 24 hours over the weekend at my other job. So like I have gotten my start. I have been working. I actually worked for 9 days in a row. And then yesterday I went in, but I was dealing with stuff. TJ and I kind of were having issues, and I just was struggling mentally. So I went in because I didn't want to, like, not go in. I didn't just want to, like, call out, but I showed up and I, like, just told my manager, I am not mentally well. I feel like I will be distracted today, and I would not do this if it were an actual shift where, like, someone else would have to cover for me. But since this is training and whatever else, I would like to ask for a mental health day to be able to, like, bring myself to my center, however people say that, and then I will be able to, like, be better tomorrow, and this will not be a problem again. I just need to, like, get my bearings. And I'm gonna start walking. She yesterday was like, that's fine. I'm just really glad that you didn't no-call, no-show or something, because we've had a really hard time, hiring people, getting people to stay. And, I was hopeful because you made it through all the online training and stuff so far, and you showed up to the CPR stuff. So when we weren't sure if you were coming or if there was something wrong, like, I would have cried. She was like, I literally would have cried if I didn't hear from you. So I'm just glad that you communicated with me and stuff, and are being honest about it, and thank you. And so it's almost kind of like a happy coincidence that I needed a mental health day yesterday, because I wasn't supposed to shadow shift anyway. So I'm not really sure how big of a deal that would have been on her end. I don't really think she would have gotten in trouble for it, but long story short, or to get to the point, I had off yesterday, and now I have off today. So really, actually, it might be a 5-day weekend, because if I don't have to work until Monday, then yeah, I will have had from Wednesday until Monday off. Well, until Sunday, I guess, because Monday I'd be starting. So, I cleaned up the apartment after I took TJ to work. TJ and I were, like, super exhausted for some reason this morning. So once I got back from, because I still went, because I just was like, I'm a little nervous about this. I still went to the play. I still went to, like, my work site, and then I just kind of, like, touched base. Like, I was like, is everything okay? That type of thing. And we just had, like, a short conversation, and they let me know that they're pushing for the hiring team and whoever else to do what they need to do so that I can start, but they just have to follow the rules, and it is what it is. So, but when I went back home, and it was about like 7:30, TJ and I kind of scrolled on our phones for a half hour, and we decided to lay back down by like 8 o'clock, and we slept until 11:30. And we both woke up super tired, but TJ has to work at 12:30. Although, now that I'm, like, awake and going, I feel really good, and I feel really, like, rested and stuff. But, I don't know. I mean, we did go to bed at, like, midnight last night, which for us, that's pretty normal. We try to go to bed earlier, or we try not to stay up like too late, but it just, I mean, we don't get done until 9, 10 o'clock at night. So, I mean, the best we can really shoot for, honestly, is like 10:45, and that's if we just like go straight home from work, immediately take off our clothes, and take a shower. If we are, like, sometimes we don't take showers at night and we just wait until the morning. Most of the time we take a shower at night. But yeah, like, we would literally have to just immediately come home, shower, brush our teeth, and go to bed. And we're usually hungry because we don't usually eat dinner while we're working. Or we're just hungry enough that we eat a second dinner, to be honest. But we almost always skip breakfast and lunch. Both of them. So we always just wind up eating quite a bit in the evening time or nighttime. But yeah, we can't really go to bed much earlier than midnight is pushing it. Like, we could have definitely been to bed by 11:30 if we didn't do certain things like be on our phones or whatever else, but at the same time, like, an hour and a half of relaxing after you get home from work isn't really, like, I think that's pretty normal. I don't think that's unreasonable. So anyway, I'm just a little stressed because the sooner I'm working, the sooner, I'm making money. But it will be fine. I've at least got the ball rolling. I've at least started at one of the jobs. I mean, I've gotten hours now. Like, I'm gonna get a paycheck for the training. It's just that I can't get more hours until I'm able to shadow shift and then actually work. So, I always forget. This is like, I don't know what this is. I forget what it is. I don't know if it, I remember what it is, but it smells so fucking bad. Like, it smells disgusting. Anyway, this is what it looks like today. It was raining earlier, and I wasn't sure if I was even going to be able to get outside today, but now that I'm about this far away, I'm finally, like, able to breathe again. It doesn't smell as bad over here, but it smells horrible as you walk past it. And yeah, I'm just taking a walk now. I think it's a very nice day. I'm hoping I don't get caught in the rain. I did yesterday because I went for a walk, and when I started it was like just kind of lightly sprinkling. Like, very, very lightly. But then once I got like half a mile away from the car, it started getting harder. And I kind of thought that it was going to clear up. I thought it was going to be like, a 5-minute rain, and then it was just going to kind of clear itself up pretty quickly. But instead, so I just sat down on a bench, and once it started raining a little harder, like, I didn't get up and try and like get back to the car. I just sort of sat there for a little bit, and then it started getting harder and started getting harder. And at a certain point, I had gotten wet enough where I was like, well, it doesn't really matter now. And so I just sort of sat there until it was actually like downpouring. And then I walked back to the car, soaking wet. It's so pretty. After it rains and stuff, like, and all the plants are all wet and everything, I think that's just as pretty as like a bright blue sunny sky and everything is just super bright. Like, I like both, I don't know, both atmospheres or both feels or whatever the same. Isn't that pretty? Like, actually, isn't that just so pretty? I really can't get over this. Like, it's just gorgeous. Alright. I'm looking rough. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I am a little hot. It's like 80 degrees and I'm wearing this sweater, but at the same time, if I took it off, I'd be getting eaten alive, which is happening to my legs. Like, oh, fucking God. I keep getting horse flies biting me. It's really annoying. I'm actually gonna have to turn around soon because I'm getting like 3 or 4 of them at a time. And I do not like that feeling. They're worse than mosquitoes, honestly. Alright, so I have been walking. I actually have been walking for probably like almost half a mile longer than this, but I didn't actually really think to start the app until I had been walking for probably 5 or 10 minutes. which really isn't that big of a deal, but I just got to 1.1 miles. Been going for 27 minutes, 45 seconds, according to my timer. Like I said, I probably was going for somewhere in between 5 and 10 minutes already. Doesn't add that much, but it adds a little bit. But my daily counter thing says I'm at about 2.5 miles for the day. It is about, well, it's 4:25, so I will probably need to go for another walk later on today in order to get my steps, but since I'm at 1.13, I'm going to get to 1.15, and then I'm going to turn around. And I'm guessing I went probably like around 0.3 to 0.4 miles before I started recording my walk. So, alright, I'm going to turn around now. You might see the arrow face. It didn't really turn around much, but I am going in the other direction again. So, I'll be at about 2.3 miles for sure. And then probably another like at least quarter mile. So this will be at least a 2.5 mile walk. I think that's pretty decent. And I think I'll lift weights or something. I have 2 25-pound dumbbells at home. So I think I will do some exercises with those. And I'll feel decent about my exercise level today, which is, I'm just trying to basically be honest with myself, and if I feel like I put in the effort, and I know I put in the effort, then I feel better. But if I know that I was kind of lazy and I didn't push myself to do anything, you know, I'm gonna reflect on that, and I'm gonna try and do better the next day. And yesterday, unfortunately, I kind of had that sort of day. I think I walked a total of 2 miles throughout the entire day yesterday. And I was so unmotivated and kind of mentally just not feeling well. I really couldn't even bring myself to like make myself ramen noodles or something, or like cut up a cucumber. I didn't eat all day, and then when I finally got hungry enough, I went to Arby's and I got myself a double roast beef sandwich, which is like 600 calories, I think it said on its own. And it's literally like, it's like a lot of roast beef between 2 buns with cheese. And so yesterday was kind of a bad day, and I am trying to push myself today because, yeah, I can have a bad day, but when I start having multiple bad days in a row and I don't try and bring myself out of it, that's a problem. So I feel like I was set back a little bit with work, and I'm a little disappointed with that situation, but I have to do my best to still be healthy and proactive in the other areas of my life. Like, I'm kind of just walking, I'm honestly just like talking to myself at this point, but you guys can join me, I suppose. But yeah, I need to just keep breathing. I need to remember that I am trying my best. I need to keep trying my best. And I have already messaged my manager. She has already responded to me and said like she is working on it. I'm having a lot of trouble right now with not reaching out over and over again and sort of being like, I feel sort of like a child when you're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? But instead of like, are we there yet? I'm like, can I start yet? Can I start yet? And I honestly struggle with that sort of experience a lot where I sort of feel like a little kid who's like kind of being impatient. But like, it's only when it's important. Like, if it's something silly, I don't get like that. But like, this is literally how I'm trying to pay my rent, how I'm trying to, you know, have money to like maybe plan camping trip at least one more time this summer. Paying off my debt, like, it's very important, not just personally, but just like in general. Like, I need a job, and, you know, I'm counting on this one to get going, and honestly, I just get really anxious really fast. And I know that. So I'm trying to be reasonable, and I'm trying to like deal with it without being overbearing to my manager or to like any of the people that are getting me started. But I can't help the anxiety that comes with the situation. Like, I can try to cope with it, but I can't help that I'm anxious right now. And so I just have to like really do my best to try and focus on the things that I can control. Like, going for a walk right now and enjoying myself outside is something that I can control. And I'm not really sure how to redirect my thoughts so that I stop thinking about it. But at the very least, I am getting some exercise, like, and there are brief moments where I do forget about it. Like, when I was looking at the water earlier, and when I was, you know, there have been moments where I kind of forget about it. But then, once I kind of, like, move on from whatever interested me, I'm back to thinking about it. And then I'm just really having a hard time because I just really want to get started. But that's pretty much, you know, that's just how I'm feeling. So it's all right. Like, it'll be okay. Things are going to work itself out. But anyway, now my arrow finally turned around, and yeah, I'm going the other way. And then from this period here, I probably am gonna go, like, I probably will end right about here. So that's about how far I went from, like, before I started. Was I probably started about here, and then I walked about that much before I actually started recording it. I am starting to get really hot, and I need to take this off. So I am gonna take off my cow poncho now, because I am starting to, you can see it on my forehead. This is the other way now, because earlier I was going this way, Chippewa River State Trail. I'm home now. Yay! I'm heating up leftover noodles from last night, chicken flavored noodles. Yeah. I'm making burger patties inside the air fryer. They've been going for about 10 minutes now, 5 minutes left. And then I'm using one of these romaine hearts, and I cut it up, and I made a salad with it with Greek vinaigrette dressing. And then I've got this. We're gonna have pineapple for fruit, and then I've got that because TJ likes putting salad on his burgers. I don't like lettuce and stuff on my burgers. I like my burgers just with some sauce and cheese, and I prefer to just eat salad by itself, but I separated some of it before the dressing so he could have that, and I'm about to take this so we can eat together on his lunch break. And here it all is together. So I made burgers. The ones that are cut on half are brat patties, and then those are regular beef patties. I'm just eating this half because I could only fit the 3 halves in there, and then the 2 full beef patties. And then I've got the salad. So, and then we're doing the crushed pineapple. So I hope TJ's happy when he sees what I made for lunch.
No one can force him to go to the doctor.
Alright, hello again. I just got home from the gym and eating lunch with TJ on his lunch break. It was dinner really, but you get what I mean. So I did 2.3 miles on the treadmill, and then it's like half of an exercise ball, and you put yourself up on it like you're standing, but then you're holding yourself up with your arms, and you raise your legs and it works out your abs. I don't know what it's called, but I did 3 or 4 sets of those, and I did like the middle and then left and right, and I did 5 of those for each set. And then I did 75 sit-ups total, divided by 3 sets, and then I did some arm exercises with 15-pound dumbbells. And then to finish it all off, I did 2 miles on the exercise bike in 11 minutes, and it said I burned like 80 calories on the bike. So I spent like over an hour at the gym. I pushed it somewhat hard. I was already kind of tired though tonight, so it wasn't the best workout, but obviously you can see I'm all sweaty and everything, so I'm gonna take a shower and get ready for bed later. Alright, it's technically Friday now, but it's still Thursday night. It's like 12:15 a.m., but I just cut up the guinea pig salad. So they're getting romaine lettuce like always, and some cucumber, some cherry tomatoes, and even some banana. So we'll see if they eat the banana. This guy has been, yeah. He's waiting. He is expecting it right now. I am making him wait too long. Hey, knock it off, you two. Jesus. They always do this before we, like, actually get it in there, so here we go. Yeah, come eat. Be nice to each other. Hello and good morning. It's like 12:30 now, but close enough. TJ and I are together today because we have off. We both have off today and tomorrow, so we get off for the 4th of July. And we're cooking. So TJ is making the rice with the rice cooker. What is that, a pot?
Yeah, it's just a pot.
That pot goes in the rice cooker and then it cooks. And then I'm gonna make tomato soup with these tomatoes that I have. This and then these. And then I'm thinking about how to make this sweet potato, but I'm not sure if I'll actually do it. I'm drinking this morning. It was $2 at the gas station. I got it for TJ a few days ago, but he hasn't drank it yet, and so I kind of stole it. And then I'm going to use this lemon, because the internet tells me that lemon is, well, like freshly squeezed lemon juice is good in tomato soup, so that's how we're starting. Oh, and then I'll probably make burger patties or something too. They're all cut up. Yay! So I've got like half of the tomatoes just cut up, and I'm gonna cook them in milk, and then I'm gonna blend these up and then dump that in there so that it's a little bit, I don't know, that's just the way I do it. I don't know how to explain why, but. And then I used this much milk, and I'm gonna dump that in there. I rinsed the cup out with the milk. These are all the seasonings I used. I just be very careful not to touch the bottom so I'm not scraping the pan, but whisking it really helps, I think. And then I had no shredded cheese, so I had to just add a Kraft single slice so that it's still cheesy. And then I'm using this whole wheat bread from Country Hearth, and I'm just toasting it. So then I'm gonna butter it, so we're just gonna dip that inside our soup. And to start off the day, we're having lunch, and we're watching the drama that we're watching. What is it called?
Bon appetit, Your Majesty.
Oh, okay. I'm just sitting out on the porch now, playing Mario Kart DS. TJ and I both have off today and tomorrow, so we're just gonna figure something out.